Hey guys, it's the Gundam Boy, and today we're gonna be talking about the breaching hammer. I was supposed to talk about this much sooner, but you know, Cyberstan. But better late than never. So let's get straight into it. Of course, if you want this weapon for yourself, you gotta get it in the Siegebreaker's warbond, specifically on the first page, making it a very easy to access weapon. And let's just say that this is a very explosive melee weapon. I gotta say, not a lot of the weapons that we have that are melee support weapons have been able to do it right. Like the one true flag is a flag that you can plant in the ground and salute, but it's basically stun lance reskinned with a little bit more damage. Oh, and then I can't forget the really wonky chainsaw that they gave us with Python commandos. You know, the one that had to wind up into the heavier pen to actually kill, which just didn't feel too good to use because it's really weird. Then you have the breaching hammer, being able to just kill shit with an explosion. Oh, chainsaw, you'll forever be a meme weapon. Taking a look at the stats, it has 300 damage, and against its durable, it's 150 with a medium armor penetration. It has demo force of 30, and a stagger of 40, and a push force of 10. So it has fair damage and a lot of push force, so you can juggle enemy units. Blocking something like this Overseer, you can see it constantly pushes him back before I annihilate his head. And the swing pattern of this hammer means you are going to be hitting a lot of your targets in a very precise swing. But advanced melee divers understand that if you start moving in funny ways, you can kill a lot more. But the real meat of this weapon is its explosion damage, having 2,100 explosion and a anti-tank level of 6. It has an inner radius of 0.5 and an outer radius of 3 meters. That's important to note because that 3 meter radius is where the explosion ends, meaning it's a very small blast range. As you can see, I'm trying to hit the supply pack here, but it's just really small explosion. So if you're ever going into a melee, you need to hit them with the hammer to do most of the explosion damage. But you can really get a feel for how wide the range is once you start testing it more on enemy units, allowing you to hit them with the edge of the explosion. Even if you don't hit them with the explosion, it has a lot of push force, making the enemies fly backwards with a shockwave, which opens up some aggressive plays. But otherwise, you're going to want to hit the enemy with the hammer if you really want to get rid of them. However, the anti-tank capabilities is primarily with the explosion. Also, a little side note, I don't know what it is, every time when I start recording, weird shit like this happens. I was born! You know, wait, what the fuck is wrong with me? I'm always on a swivel. Gotta watch my back, you know? They'll never get me this way.
What are you doing?
Keep your head on a swivel, boys. On a swivel. And guys, you know, I work all day and night working on these videos to make them funny and informative. But being in front of a screen all the time makes it really hard to sleep. But that's why I'm very proud to announce today's sponsor, Manta Sleep. They make the world's best sleep mask and provide great sleeping accessories, with their goal being to provide better sleep habits as they have their very own pro sleep movement, which is something I personally vibe with. As someone who's recording on a tiny island in the middle of nowhere, it often means I'm up at early nights streaming or spending long days editing, so it's really important that I get some good rest. Manta Sleep provided a sleep mask that is both comfortable and lightweight in design, and the best part about this mask is that when it's on your eyes, it blocks out all the light. You don't even have to worry about if it'll fit your head or not. It is a one-size-fits-all. And with the eye cups that are provided on this mask, it means that there's no pressure on your eyeballs. They were even nice enough to provide me some eye cooling cups. Also, if you can't sleep without some audio and you don't want to have the video play a jump scare horror video, you should look into getting the Manta Sleep White Noise Machine, offering a variety of sounds to help you sleep without having to hear the sounds of the creek. My personal favorite so far is the rain. Thank you, Manta Sleep, for sponsoring this video, and check out Manta Sleep in the description below and use Toxic Nappers to get 10% off your Manta order. Anyways, let's get back into the video. So, I guess let's start with the illuminate. Of course, you can fight the Voteless using the hammer without its explosives, but if you can train the zombies into a way where you can get them into groups, you can utilize the hammer's explosive power to put holes into the group, utilizing its push force to keep you safe. Melee damage so terrifying that when I was chasing the Voteless earlier, it was running. He's running! He was running from me! You don't get to leave! But you should keep in mind, once you get into giant crowd situations, if you get hit, it will cancel your melee, making it impossible to do any damage.
I got hammer time. Look at that little guy right there.
You see this guy? Wait, watch. I'm not gonna hit him with the explosive, I'm just gonna go... His face is ripped off! Where'd his face go? I think that's why he wasn't moving, he's blind! He was a blind zombie!
I'm gonna make him into jam.
So yeah, I mean, if you hit a Voteless with it, they're gonna be gone. But let's talk about my favorite enemy, the bully, the Overseer. Fuck you and your Ballad of Armor, my hammer hits harder. Who cares if they have all that extra defense if it goes right through? And I completely forgot about this because if you hit the Overseers in their weapon hand, they will die. And this completely caught me off guard, but I completely forgot that Overseers only have 300 health in their right arm, and it's fatal if it dies. And the hammer hits 300 damage, making it a lot easier to aim for their arm than aiming for their head. Oh, and against the elevated Overseer, you'll rarely have a chance to hit them, but it's really funny when you can. Going up against our favorite flesh mob, if you hit him with the hammer and you stay out of a certain range, it will not one-shot and will require a follow-up. But if you stop being a pussy, you can get a little bit closer and hit him. However, you are guaranteed to receive damage from a flesh mob. Going up against the Harvester, I have to say it's been pretty inconsistent. Sometimes I one-shot it, sometimes I two-shot it, and in some cases I three-shot it. I think the reason why you can one-shot it though is because it only has 1,000 health on its foot, shin, and lower thigh. If you aim for the little legs that hold up the dropships, you can destroy them in one hit without taking down the shield, but you might want to look out for the dying. The only enemy you really have to look out for is the Stingray, as you need a weapon to shoot him down. Overall, a very silly weapon to bring onto the Illuminate front. Now let's move on to the Bug front, where you're gonna have a lot more footwork. Yes, it's fully capable of annihilating a bird commander, but it is the Bug front and there will be a lot of bugs, where the bugs can outpace you in speed, so if you don't get that first swing in, you could be screwed. For people who absolutely hate chargers, this hammer can deal with them with a breeze. All you have to do is hit him on that back and make him bleed out.
Dead.
Right.
Oh, wow. Get me closer! Get me closer! Yeah! Go, go, go! Go, 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 go! Now, against something like a Bile Titan, I've had some mixed results. I think everybody here knows that the Bile Titan is a walking kill box, so if you try to hit the hammer on his head with the hover pack, you're likely to die. It's a good way to spend your team's reinforcements, I just don't think they'd be happy about it. All the Bile Titan has to do is get annoyed and headbutt you, and that's it. So yeah, don't hit the Bile Titan, its whole body's a hitbox. Also, if you're gonna try and close bug holes with it, don't. It can't hit it. If you want to do it, you gotta hit the back of the throat, and that thing is just gonna kill you. Suck the soul out of him. Oh, yeah, he dies. Yeah, and I will warn you, if you are using the hammer on the bug front, do look out for the bile variants of these bugs, because they will explode on you. But every other type of bug that isn't a bile bug is fair game. Even the oh-so spooky hive guard. Oh! And out of all the heavies you can go up against on the bug front, it's only really the Bile Titan you have to look out for. Oh, also dragon roaches, but that one's obvious. But overall, on the bug front, it has less target to destroy structurally, so you'll be using it a lot in combat. Moving on to the bot front, I gotta say, I don't know what's wrong with the bulk fabricator. It is not receiving any damage whatsoever. I'm not too sure why it's not receiving any damage. The hammer has enough penetration as it's at an AP level of 6. I don't know why it wouldn't do anything. But it still functions normally for destroying your typical bot fabs. So either it's a bug or it's a feature. Like all the other fronts, the hammer is going to annihilate all the chaff. And even if you get into situations where there's way too many automatons for one hammer, find the big clump and hit them all at the same time. Utilize that staggering window to reload your hammer so you can go for another round. And very similar to the flesh mob, hulks need to be hit real close with the hammer to do max damage. So don't be shy, get in there and hit him in the face. But when you hit a hulk, you have to keep in mind they like to explode when they die, so you need to get clear before you get ragdolled. And everyone's favorite enemy, the War Strider, takes only 2 swings to kill. However, if you're utilizing something like hover pack or a jump pack, you can get on top of a War Strider and hit them on that little noggin to kill them in one hit. Now, going up against something like the Factory Strider can be a bit strange.
I want to see if I can hit multiple of them.
Oh my god! Wait, how did you die, Josh?
It like sunk underground. What happened? Hitting a Factory Strider square in the head will take around 3 swings to kill it. Or it will take 3 swings to kill at the leg. Using the hammer on the bot front is going to be way more difficult considering the fact that there's giant laser cannons and rockets everywhere. The last thing I would tell you to bring for the bot front specifically is smokes, as it makes it a lot harder for the automatons to see you. And I personally brought stun grenades to hold the enemy still long enough so I can obliterate them all when they grouped up. But you want to kill them before the smoke fades, otherwise you'll be in the open. So why don't we take a look at some supporting gear that help boost your hammer. If you want to play more aggressively, you can use Warp Pack, Hover Pack, or Jump Pack to outmaneuver enemies and get behind them, but you have to keep in mind you're very limited on how much rounds you have, so you'd have to make more frequent stops if you're really trying to use the hammer. If you're looking for survivability, I would recommend the Shield Generator Pack and the Supply Pack, but you should keep in mind people have reported the Shield Generator Pack gets in the way of the melee. However, the Supply Pack provides you ammo and everything you need to keep going in the fight. I personally like to use Guard Dog Gas because it confuses all the enemies, allowing me to have an opening to hit them with my hammer. Otherwise, any other guard dog will work just fine. But that is the end of my video. Personally, I gotta say, the hammer is a pretty fun weapon, and unlike the meme weapon, the chainsaw, this one is pretty damn serious. Hopefully, Arrowhead could add in, a really cool beam weapon to helldivers, like a saber, a beam saber. But that's the end of the video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later.